All right, special emergency pod of Pixel Pushers. We're here at the morning after MetaConnect here in Menlo Park. We've got the whole crew here, plus a special guest.
Yes.
Robby, what's up, man? Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys, and let's push those pixels.
Oh, there we go. Love it. But yeah, it's been an awesome week this week at Connect. There was so much that was talked about, that Mark talked about, that Boz talked about. Now we got a plane going directly overhead. I don't know if that's going to get picked up or not, but the energy is high here at Menlo Park. So yeah, what did you guys think of this week? There was so much cool stuff. We got some of it here with us that we'll talk about. But yeah, there was like a lot of cool things that people are abuzz about everything we launched and announced this week.
Yeah, no, I was super excited. A lot of energy. We had so many we did panels. We also had live streams going on. Jake and I were testing the Oakley glasses. He was on a spinning bike. And that was a pretty funny episode.
That was cool. We got to be on the live stream. We all got to be on the live stream, which was really, really cool. Fun fact that I was supposedly told the glasses that I was wearing on that live stream were supposedly the ones that Mark wore on his run with Diplo at the end of the keynote. So that was pretty cool. I got to smell Mark's sweat on my coming off the glasses. So that was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, we all got to be part of that during. So hopefully some of the people, if you were watching on the live stream, the official Meta live stream, probably saw all three of us. Yeah. Saw you hosting it. And then our sessions came on as well. So we were all on the live stream at different portions of the day, which was really cool.
And Robby, what are you wearing right now, Robby?
Oh yeah.
Those aren't just any old glasses you got on there.
Yeah, thanks to Jake. He got us hooked up again with the Meta Ray-Ban displays. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. I mean, if you got to try them, they're amazing. Dilmer and I just got to try them now. And of course, we've been using micro gestures for Quest for a long time, and they're really similar. It works really great. So yeah, thankful for Jake.
You got the neural wristband.
We got the band as well. Like it's really great with the little haptics. And
I don't even know if you're talking to me right now. If you're going through the interface right now, you got your band down here gesturing through.
Let me take a picture of you guys on the podcast.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I'll post it.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so you guys can hear that.
So you have the viewfinder on there too, so you can kind of set up your shot because you have the display on there too, which is super cool.
Yeah. How is the actual quality on the image that you're seeing?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's enough, let's say. I cannot screen record, so I cannot show people what I see, and that's actually my theory why the demo failed, because Mark was recording and calling at the same time, so that's my theory why that could have failed.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah,
well, what do you see, you guys?
What I heard from, so there was like two things that happened. Obviously, that's like super infamous now. Call it the Cybertruck fail or whatever, but it wasn't that bad. It was like a unique situation. So I think two things happened. One, and I heard Paz talked about this on his story, his AMA yesterday. So one was a really unique thing that only could happen in a demo. So there was, we had a chef on who was going to go through and have the new live AI feature, which can see what you're doing live and then talk you through. He was going to put together a recipe, I think a sauce for some chicken. And he said Korean infused, yeah, chicken. Throwback to Mark's barbecue sauce. So he said, hey, Meta, start live AI. And that triggered, you had a room full of, 1,000, 2,000 people in the room with their phones or with their glasses, and that triggered all the Meta AI. Normally that would be fine. Our servers can handle a lot of people hitting Meta AI at once. The issue was they had tried to anticipate, a lot of people on the same network at once or using the Meta AI at one time. So they had what Boz had said, they had set up a separate dev server for the demo. But what turned out was everyone who was at Menlo Park in the audience was on that same network and being routed through that server. So we all got hit to a dev server, not a normal production server, which kind of messed things up. And then the other thing was the WhatsApp video calling. So like when Mark tried to call Boz on WhatsApp video on the glasses, the call wasn't going through, or he was struggling to answer the call. So your theory is because he was live streaming his view to the screen and to the audience, and then also trying to do a video call. What apparently they are also saying happened was it was a kind of a display sleep issue that was like a unique bug that didn't come up supposedly in testing or in practice. So when he was trying to answer the call, the display kept going to sleep and he couldn't get to answer the call and things like that. But they've already like noted that and fixed it. But those were supposedly the two.
But I'm gonna be honest, as a developer, I think there were a lot of developers in that room, right? Like all of us are looking at Mark. And not because I work at Meta, I mean, this is in general. I'm like, I think when you guys joined, I remember when we went to Harvard XR and we're doing a demo, I did a presentation and I was trying to get co-location working and up and running, and I had sweats on me, and I have a full room full of developers. I'm trying to walk in through something very simple, but then the latency in that room, and it was Harvard. The Wi-Fi was really bad because everybody was connected. I couldn't get a simple co-location up and running. So I'm sitting in there and I'm like, Mark handled it pretty well. Like I relay, and I think I would have wished it would have worked, but at the same time, I think it builds trust when things like that happen instead of making everything super polished.
Yeah, can we like give it like for doing live demos? I mean, who's doing live demos these days? Like big keynotes. I mean, like props for
wearing it for a long time from the very beginning until the live. Yeah, he was wearing it for a long time from the very beginning when he was walking in. He did multiple live sessions on the same device, so they didn't bring like a newly started device or a reset device. So props to him for that.
He was doing it live like the meme. He was really doing it live. But like you don't see that anymore. Like doing like live demos like that, especially like live streaming on like a brand new device with like a neural interface and like all this new stuff and doing that live. Like, you know, no other company does live demos really like that. So that was really cool.
What do you guys think about the lines? So we had an activation, a space where people were able to test this device, the Meta Ray-Ban display. And for, I think the entire time, the lines were super booked.
Yeah.
So that tells a good story.
Yeah.
There were a lot of excitement. A lot of people were really excited about I even talked to Ori yesterday from AWE. And Ori is like an old timer, right? He started with
OG.
He's OG. I mean, we a lot of us have been in the industry for a long time, but just kind of like seeing the reactions from him and saying, "Wow, this is really cool. Yeah. Like it's great." I mean, it's not augmented reality. Like, I mean, I can say spectacles because this is our podcast, so like spectacles or Magic Leap, where you see things that augment, but at least you get a 2D, and it kind of looks like the actual, basically, watch having on the right side. So it's really great to see like reactions from everybody else.
Yeah, that was the thing. That like everyone that's even like press reviews you've seen, but everyone there that we talked to, only positive things to say about the experience.
And how about Horizon Lounge, Deepak? How do you like that area? What were your takes on it?
All the new Horizon announcements. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, it's crazy. It's on the same stage as the glasses and everything. That's what's really cool to me. Like Horizon World's on like Mark is talking about Horizon World. So I think the thing I love about it is like it addresses a lot of like developer feedback, like bigger servers, so more players, so more people can play, better performance, but we're still pushing more graphics. So like, to me, that's what's going to attract that like teen and young adult audience. That's what's going to like get people like Jazz to share on social media. And I think what I love is like, I never knew it before, but like we're a company that listens. So like I constantly hear this feedback, like Deepak, bigger servers, you know, rev share. I'm still fighting for rev share, but yeah, that's what I love. And like all of a sudden, like boom, new editor.
Yeah. Well, the stats are 4 times faster to load and render new worlds than the previous engine, and now we can support 5 times more people in a single space. So 100 people in a single space, which is crazy. Yeah. That's huge. It's gonna be awesome for events. It's gonna be awesome for everything.
Also, hyper
to the beta. So sign up for the beta.
The new Horizon Studio. Yeah, Horizon Studio.
We'll put it in the comments below as a
link in the
ping comment.
Yeah, also in combination with the hyperspace, right? He was talking about what if we have all these hyperspace and then combine it in the Horizon engine. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, the fact that you can capture any space, just like you pop into your headset, and it's almost like a reverse mapping the way it's set up. Like we can probably put a video up to show what it looks like. But yeah, you walk around and kind of just fill in the space, and then there's some really cool. People can check out demos too if you don't record your own space. I think they have Gordon Ramsay and a couple others, a UFC ring. There's a couple other demos they've already built out, and I've been in some of them, and it's crazy real. I remember like a few years ago when they showed off some of the vision for it in terms of like hyper real or being able to step into like your real world, and now that's possible. I'm just excited to see like in the future, are we going to be able to turn that, these are like static spaces, but then invite your friends into it, and then eventually like can we turn them into like video, like moving spaces, and being able to like step back into, I'm like going way down the road, but like it's crazy how
That's feature Quest.
it's just crazy that it's already here, and you can just record it with a Quest 3, I think a 3S also. So 3 or 3S, so like $300 device, you got
that's crazy.
you can do like full like Gaussian splats, and it's wild. It's crazy. But I think if we want to go back, we got all these devices here. We want to like kind of go down the line. We could talk about that, and we can like dive deeper into engine and studio and all those things. So I think
I think we should all, like, right now, each wear a pair, right?
Okay, let's go ahead and try.
Which ones do we? Well, this is yours, Robby, but you have.
I have.
You want to put those on?
Sure.
Okay, so we have. All right, let's model these off. So Deepak, what do you got on? Those are the
Oakleys.
Oakley Vanguards.
It's a PM, and he's like super cool, and like his vision. Like, as someone that's like who's heard a lot of pitches, like I shouldn't be, but I'm skeptical of sometimes giving me pitches. But like, he really believes in this device, right? The simplicity of the display, the like how it's focused on like these runners, these athletes. Like that's what I love about this.
Yeah, it's those are. I remember we announced these Oakleys earlier this year, which are awesome. These are super cool. But there was a lot of like, oh, I wanted like the center camera on there. Now this is I'm activating it. The center camera, like the wide, like the prism view and stuff like that. And now you got this. So it's awesome for like skiing, for running, for biking, like all that kind of stuff.
But who is running 2 marathons? Like he was saying
the
that
battery lasts 2 marathons.
The battery lasts more than 2 marathons. I mean, I'm not even gonna run half a marathon.
Maybe Diplo. I don't know.
Gotta get in that run club.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is like they look wide. When I looked at them at first, I tried those. I try multiple. And they're actually pretty light though. Like you can, they're really comfortable. They are wide. I don't know that I'm gonna be wearing this thing like to go to the mall or something like that. No. But like I think outdoor wise, like it feels great. They also have when we were doing the test in some of the spaces, they had the Garmin integration. So basically, like if you're running, you can see the stats, which is something that is really cool. I mean, I use an Apple Watch for the most part, but having something like this and be able to see the metrics, I think it's a big thing. I also was thinking about completely going to those, like going as exercising and working out, like being able to track, so I use my fitness pal quite a bit to be able to track. So now imagine you're pretty much working out, you're going on a bike, you're looking at metrics on your watch. Now if you want to go eat, and you could potentially at some point in the future build an app where you can track calories as well, and then all automatically sync.
That's a good point. One thing we didn't mention, which was probably for developers, I mean, outside of the engine and all this stuff, was the device access toolkit, the SDK to build stuff. Now you can build apps or access data on your own custom data on the glasses too. I think that's what people were wanting for a long time. And now it's crazy. We have like all these different devices for like all different use cases: the running, the biking, like the day-to-day, the displays, and now you can build stuff for them, right? And that's rolling out soon. You have this whole ecosystem now that's gonna explode around these glasses. It's crazy.
I think just to add on the device, wearables device access point, is the way that it works is basically you're getting like the camera and also the camera access stream and voice. And what we have is we provide an SDK behind the scenes that allows you to basically build like an iOS application that has an SDK and connects to the actual glasses. So imagine what you can also now create
And like, excuse me, Dilmer, but I have not been listening to you for the last 2 minutes, but I have been reading what you said on the transcription, and it worked pretty well. So
I need to show that.
yeah, so again, I cannot record it, but yeah, even the pre-existing apps, I'm really looking forward to those. Just like taking the image with the little preview, the transcription, calling. If it works, let's see if it actually works. But yeah.
Yeah, well, some of this there's like the live AI feature too, and other stuff where you can. It's also transcribing all that stuff, so you can then it feeds it into Meta AI, so you can, if you're like me and have terrible memory, you can be like, what did Robby say like 20 minutes ago when we were talking about the displays on the podcast, and it can reference that. As well, which is.
And did I catch that correctly? That he said that there's going to be a software update, and even our existing glasses will be able to have live AI. How is it called? Focus mode? No.
Focus mode.
Yeah, it's basically
conversation
focus. Conversation focus.
So I think our glasses will also be able to get them just by
which
I think is huge
on the glasses front. I think nothing was exclusive except to the displays or to the Oakleys and stuff like that.
For me, that's huge. Yeah.
That one was incredible, because I remember getting early access to that on one of the conferences that we did, and basically multiple people were sitting in the room. And it was one of those times you're like, wow, like I can start. I mean, there's good things and bad things about it, because it's really crazy. Like if Deepak was sitting over there and conversating with Jake, and I'm here sitting with Robby, and I can't really hear the conversation that well. It's really good at focusing on the areas where I'm looking at. So I think like for people that are deaf, that need help, that's going to be a huge change.
Yeah, if you have trouble focusing, especially in cities or loud environments, or really anywhere too, like being able to, especially if there's someone standing next to you talking. I struggle with that too, like being able to focus on one thing. The fact that it amplifies that person's voice is pretty neat too. So yeah.
Robby, what about Unity? So Robby and I do a lot of things with Unity and Unreal. Well, I've done some Unreal, especially SDK, but could you talk about some of the new things that came out with building blocks?
Yeah, so, I mean, unfortunately, there's not a lot, right? I was a little bit bummed out, but Boss talked about my building blocks, so I didn't expect that, to be honest. The new AI building blocks, they're going to allow you to easily hook up to OpenAI, our own Llama API, which is going to be out soon, and it's already, you can sign up for the wish list in the US. Hugging Face, you name it. So that's pretty exciting. They even played my video from my childhood bedroom on the keynote. So where I usually make my videos, I just tested the object detection on my screen and my laptop and my keyboard, and they were showing that.
Oh, that was your room?
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool.
Weren't you with the Ray-Ban glasses too there? Like, weren't you wearing the Ray-Bans?
Oh, there's the picture of you wearing the Ray-Bans.
Oh, yeah. That was in Mark's keynote. Yeah. So by chance, like when we were here last time, I was walking by some photographers. They were taking a pic, and they said, "Hey, I like your look. You want to be
You're a good-looking guy. And
you want to be behind Mark at the keynote?" And I was like, "Oh, of course I want to be behind Mark." But to be fair, it was like one frame or something.
So it was blinking, you miss it. It's like the part where they're showing a lot of faces wearing the glasses.
You can recognize the face. That's, I guess, why you found me.
I see. I was watching a recap, and I was like, one of those faces looks familiar.
But it was really fast.
And then I remember that you took that photo. I was like, oh, there he is. He's right there.
Yeah, so I have a selfie with Mark, I guess, or a photo with Mark.
You're like 15 times his size while he's on stage.
Exactly, yeah. What about you? Like, did you see anything else VR or Unity related?
Yeah. I think like on the Unity side, I mean, there was a really cool feature on Immersive Debugger. I mean, you and I work on like engineering. We know, and it's so hard not to be able to tell the community, but now that it's all out, Developer Hub now has an MCP server available. Okay, so yeah, I mean that was one of the features that I really like. I know the Meta XR simulator, I saw that there was like a completely revamp of the simulator, which is now the whole UI UX, and it's more standalone.
And it's completely built in React, which is our own framework. So yeah, it's more performant, more stable. It's a standalone. installation file inside Core, so you don't need an extra package anymore. So that's the main difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That's why we have Robby here. Awesome. Anything else that you guys are excited about?
I mean, this case for the, I want to make sure we talk about this case for the displays.
Sure.
It folds flat. I'm kind of jumping to a different topic.
No, you're completely
we
fine.
didn't talk about
We're
this.
excited about all these.
It's like origami case, right? It folds completely flat, so like folds in your pocket. This is the charging case for the displays, and then it just like pops open.
That is really cool.
Just like that, and then you just kind of fold the sides in, and it folds flat. Like I can see this, right? If we saw Orion last year, and then you had like the puck, like this is almost the size of that. I'm not, suggesting anything or even know if that's something that's happening, but I'm just looking at this being like, this folds flat, it's compact, like it's, we fit a batter in here, but it'll be cool, you see other stuff in the future, but it's such a neat little thing to, especially like I think one of the things, that Mark and Boz talked about too was trying to focus, these devices allowing you to focus on your real world, like the world around you, and just using these displays, like the displays. And this can, replace the phone in my pocket, right? And this is almost the same size as my phone, basically. So this is like all you need, which is, I think, really, really exciting to kind of get a glimpse of what might be.
Another thing that I noticed, we're talking about like the experience, right? Like how was it, not just like hardware, not just like, but the community.
Oh, yeah.
The community, I was checking, Jake and I were like checking social media, posting stuff. Deepak was posting stuff. We were all posting, but it's pretty crazy how, I'm a tech person. I love when Apple is announcing stuff, and I think most of us, we always are like listening to see what gets released. And I'm a fan of Apple, but just like looking at the industry of the amount of things that we as Meta are releasing with wearables. And yes, I am going to upgrade my iPhone device, but that's kind of like something that is expected. So now like we're looking at glasses. We have like camera access. We have like Oakleys that I can go out to the mountain. We have like displays. Yeah, they don't have augmented reality yet, but it's like, I think like the way that I felt yesterday is people are saying, Meta is like innovating. Like we are creating really cool stuff.
We got a neural wristband.
We have a crazy
like that on the
neural,
market. Like
wristband. Yeah,
about
talk about that, Robby.
Like this thing feels incredible. You have to wear it quite tightly to your skin so it can pick up on your muscle movements. But I'm wearing a Whoop all the time. Most people will know a Whoop. And right now it feels more disruptive than this thing. Like I cannot feel this. It's pretty great, and I'm wearing this all the time, so I can totally see myself wearing this all day. So yeah, and $799 for both of this. Like, are you kidding me? That's
So how do you? So the way that you get them right now as well. I've been trying to get them as well. Even we at Meta. It's not like we get everything right away. So you basically gonna go to the meta.com and go into glasses, and the way that it works is you have to book a demo. Once you book a demo, and that's what I'm gonna be doing is, I think you go to the store, they'll basically measure they go through the onboarding process. But once you're there, I'm sure that you're gonna be able to pre-order it. So make sure that you do that, because I did it and mine is gonna be on October 8th. So I live in Utah, so I'm gonna take a flight to come in the morning, very early in the morning. Just for that, I'll get it all. I'll work from here, and then I'll go back. So that's how excited I am about
That's
it.
great. I feel like, some things never change. When I got my start in this whole space with Google Glass, and I was part of the Glass Explorer program. You can call me Glass Hall if you want to. That's cool. But same other story with when I got Google Glass, I was living in Michigan at the time. I flew to New York just to go get my Google Glass, picked it up in Chelsea, did the whole thing, because you have to get fitted for it and try on and the whole thing, and then flew back like that same day or next day or something like that. So yeah, the glasses draw us out to fly to get them. But that's because I think that speaks to glasses as the type of device it is, and why it's such a hard thing to build, and also incredible thing to build, because it's such a personalized type of device. It's not like a watch or a phone that's, pretty kind of disconnected from you. It's like you literally wear it like on your arm with the wristband and like on your face and stuff like that, right? So it like requires that sort of personalized setup and experience, but it hopefully this is what we're building now and building towards. It's like a much better type of
The thing that I cannot get away from is I'm so used to using a Quest device and having to have my hands right on the field of view.
You don't have to go like this.
So it doesn't matter how cool we get, how critical it gets. Even like with Apple Vision Pro, it's like so good, and Quest, like because of competition, they got so better. But it's like really hard for me to just adjust my muscle. But you can do that because it is reading, basically, it's like touching your skin and doing all the crazy machine learning AI stuff, and so you don't have to do that. You can put your hand like on your back and it works. So we're in the future.
One last thing about that. I mean, there's so many things to talk about with this, the armband and the glasses, is how you type in it, because there's no keyboard and it's not AR, so you don't hold your hands up and or VR and type like on a virtual keyboard. That was, I think, one of the parts of the keynote that kind of went by quickly and wasn't like they didn't talk about a ton. They talked about it a little bit, but like the way Mark was typing on the keyboard, is literally wearing the wristband and pretending like he was writing with a pen on the table, and that kind of through machine learning, which you talked about, able to predict and figure out what letters you're writing. I don't know how that's going to work with like millennials and Gen Z who don't know how to write, but I think from I've forgotten, but like just from like an input concept, it's really interesting.
But talking about AI, Deepak, what about NPCs in Horizon Worlds? And also, like, I was wondering, is this also for your own avatar? Can you change your own avatar? Or is this just the NPCs that look like skeletons, dragons?
From what
whatever?
I understand, just your NPCs, though I do like the idea of like adding it to your own avatar. Like you can basically cut out like having to write like millions and millions of dialogue lines. Like most people don't know, like for Hades, the reason why it feels so good for each run is like they literally recorded so much VO. So obviously if you connect it to an AI LLM, right, like and they just come to life. So now you could sort of have like there's like a block, like a neighborhood, and you can have like it feel like it's like a real living city, right? At least that's what I'm hoping we'll start to see, because we just released it like a week ago. So like that's what I'm hoping, like, because I think where games sort of need to advance is like more deeper interactions. So that's obviously more players with the new engine editor, but with the NPCs, right? You could go, like if you go into Bobberfish Bay, like you can have like a wild conversation with the fish master. So like that's crazy to me.
So when we'll be able to customize our own avatar? Is this something we're gonna have?
Yeah, you can customize your own avatars now, like different body types, different.
I mean, like outside of human shapes, let's say.
Oh.
Well, there's what we announced and it's rolling out soon is like fully generative avatars as well. I think it's starting, at least for the time being, like bipedal, like two legs, like human type avatars, but you can prompt and get a full rigged mesh now as well. So it's not limited to like just what's available in the store, like what like creators are selling or what's available there, but you can have like a robot or like a fish man or like something crazy that's you just prompt, fully textured, rigged. That's coming.
We had, so by the way, Deepak and I were like doing an interview yesterday on the live stream, and behind us we had a portal, and then there was an area where basically you would stand up, and then the girl that was helping us out, she would start recording different movements. So it was just capturing all the data in real time. Then you would go to another station. There was a guy there with a computer. I think that's probably like an alpha test, a feature that you just mentioned, where you can just prompt what you want. So like a shark, athletic shark of a guy, and then it'll generate it. It did take, quite a bit of time to generate, at least 2 minutes to generate. But then they were able to use with an app, I think it's an alpha version, basically to synchronize the two. So I was right there, like in like less than 5 minutes, be able to just do like a couple of punches and things like that. And
so
then,
you're talking about the custom emotes.
Custom emotes, and then be able to generate characters and use that data to basically create different poses. So I thought it was also pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I've like wondered about for a long time, because you think about like trends and creators being able to hop on trends really quickly. If like a new dance comes out, right? Like the floss, or like all these. I mean, that's probably like that probably makes you sound so old. I know that was like 5 years ago. Oh, this is what the kids are into, right? Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's a cool recent dance from like the last few months. But yeah, like if there's a trend going on now, you can just record yourself on camera, put it up on the Horizon store, sell it or make it available, and other people can use it as like a celebratory dance or whatever it is. Like that's so cool that you could do that, because before, how long would it take to create animations? Oh yeah. Right? Like in whatever tools you're using to create animations, it could take, if you're experienced, right, hours, days, weeks, to create even a simple animation, like a mocap animation, or you need a mocap suit, right? Like now you don't even, like what that's gonna do for Hollywood too, you can just use your phone, stand in front of your phone just like we all do, or find a cool dance on TikTok or something like that, find a video and just pop that into Meta AI and the emote generator, and boom, you have an emote that you can use virtually. I think that and like custom avatars, you can be completely your own person and identity with your avatar in Horizon, in the metaverse.
So I'm wondering, like, if you just thinking about like one thing that each one of us remembers, I'll just give you some time to think. Like you could say, wow, like this is a future, or so one takeaway from it. So let's actually, if we can maybe go in a circle, and that way we'll close it up with like one thing that you really enjoy or you're super passionate about. So anybody wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Mine's like more of like a PSA.
Okay.
Which is like, even though I love that we're putting out there the new engine and editor, we haven't like given up on the current one, right? So we just put out our largest competition prize pool with 2.5 million. So like to basically create new worlds. So like no matter what, you can always keep building your following. You can always continue to learn TypeScript. And so like that's what excited me, is like both are going to coexist, at least for now, right? And like for a little bit. So like that's what excites me, is like we're not throwing it away.
Yeah, we just spent like half this week, like the days before Connect, right? We just brought out 100 developers here to Menlo Park, developers from other platforms, Roblox, Rec Room, Fortnite, Spatial, Minecraft, etc., and taught them how to use what is now called the older editor, the Horizon Desktop Studio, or Desktop Editor, excuse me. But yeah, and then we announced the studio that day. So it's all we're investing in creators and builders, and want them to learn all the tools.
That's important to someone like me, because these are the communities that build you up. So like I know Dylan was very passionate about VR, right? So like mostly hung out with VR creators, and like we just talked about that. Yeah. And so like so even though we're going in the future, we haven't forgot our past and present.
Absolutely. By the way, can I say those look really good on you? Like those are like you're just like owning that look right now. Like the red, it looks dope.
It made me a believer. I was actually skeptical.
They're really sick. Those are like futuristic. I think once we can get a display on those, hopefully in the future, like and it reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z and the what was that called that they have?
Oh yeah. The visor they have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Scout.
The Scout. Yeah.
That's a good pull.
Yeah. That, like we're there, right? We got the two things. Like that's. There we go. For me, it was definitely the neural armband. I mean, if there was anything that obviously like the displays too, that's obviously like the glasses themselves. But there was anything that showed the world that I think it was one of the first truly innovative like tech announcements in a really long time. I think people knew it was coming, right? Because we've heard about some of the stuff and some of the acquisitions that we made over the years. But I think it's the first truly unique and innovative like input device and piece of technology that's come out in a piece of hardware, especially in a really long time. And it's the fact that we built something like a neural interface for like mass consumers is wild. Like you'll be able to walk into here in the US like a Lens Crafters or a Best Buy and like buy a neural armband is for your heads up display glasses is such a like futuristic concept, but it's not futuristic. It's like now. That to me, obviously on top of all the Horizon stuff and all these like things like, but in terms of just like what's showing Meta as being innovative, that hands down, no pun intended, is.
No, I agree. Like that is, I remember like, I can't remember the name of the brand, but there was a device that you would connect to the Quest and you would put it on your head. It'll basically get, I think it was actually purchased by Snap, and then I don't know what happened with it.
11:01 a.m.
But you basically were able to get those signals, and it was smart enough to know, depending on what you were looking at, what you were thinking about, if you're concentrated enough, you could go right, left, forward.
Or do you remember the Mayo armband? A little real throwback.
Yeah.
That was also like, it was you put it like here on your arm, like your upper or your kind of mid part of your arm.
yeah.
And it was a similar thing. That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Though, but now it's gone from, that was like
But a
relatively
consumer-based device.
relatively bulky, and this is just basically almost like a smartwatch.
Yeah. No, it's super impressive. The thing that like got to me is, I agree, like keeping the ecosystem, creating new stuff, and then the wristband. But it's like just hearing from people that we're like more of a wearable company. Like we're doing a lot of, so when we got to MetaConnect, as soon as I got in on the main entrance, there was a really cool setup and basically had the form of like the new glasses. But you look at it and it was basically a wearable store. So now like, I know that VR, it's like super important to us, mixed reality, but it's like really exciting to start seeing how the community starts like getting really excited about going into wearables, knowing that, you know, now we can bring them into the VR ecosystem. But I think it's just we have more conversations with more people now because Meta is now like, a hardware company, and it's like, it just feels like, again, I'm gonna go back to Apple, the Apple store. It was like the super cool store, but now like imagine that store, Meta store with all wearable devices.
It was the Meta Lab. That was
The
part
Meta
of it.
Lab, yeah.
It was the concept. I think we're going to be rolling that out in LA, that concept. But like the first, obviously we have the one here in Burlingame, the Meta store, but now the Meta Labs with all these glasses. I think they were talking about that's going to be a concept that's going to roll out in LA soon. So if you're in LA, go check out. That's a really dope venue.
Yeah, for me, I mean, we talked a lot about the glasses. They're obviously the most exciting thing for most people, so I'm not going to spend
We're
more
gonna have
time
to
on
pry those
that.
off your face after this.
Yeah. I'm wearing them for like 2 hours now, so they're really, really good.
Like, can we just compare them to like where the other Ray-Bans? I think there's also like people are like, oh, they're really chunky, but if you actually hold them up, like they're not like, yes, they're thicker, but not by much. Especially when you compare what one is doing versus the other. I mean, those special editions, the Ray-Ban Meta ones, I mean, they have a lot in there, battery and mic and camera and stuff, but those have like a full display and a really bright display that you can see outside too. And for and connecting with the armband, obviously, but for all of that, it's really not that much bigger.
Shout out to Darby, by the way. We got a llama here. These are super rare.
If you want to get one of those llamas, come to one of our developer events or meet us at an event.
There's
Yeah.
also a bear.
There's a bear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but for
there's like a teddy bear that we got at Gamescom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to close things off for me, like there's two things I appreciate about Meta. Like for at least 2 years, we're pushing fitness a lot. Like we did that a lot for VR fitness. Then it went away for a little bit, but I know from some stories that like it seriously helped people getting fit. And now with these Oakleys, they have a really tight fit made for sports. I think it's gonna bring some people to get fit. So that's a huge win just for society. And then another thing I appreciate, because I did a lot of prototyping in it, is the focus on entertainment. Like we had a huge panel or a long panel with James Cameron. So I'm excited what's to come. We didn't see too much, but I guess there is going to be more.
Yeah, I want to check out that we can watch there was a special clip for Avatar, the new Avatar.
Oh yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
You watch it? I haven't had a chance to get in my Quest yet.
Yeah, I mean it's a side by side or like a stereo video.
Yeah.
But what is so exciting with James Cameron is they're just gonna make it mainstream, which is going to be super cool. So if you just can tune into any movie and watch it in stereo, that's what I'm looking forward most.
Absolutely. That's going to be awesome. All right. I think Anything else you guys wanted to cover before we?
No, I think we
close out?
can close it up.
Yeah, that was a lot. But
that was great.
that was a special emergency
Yes,
episode of Connect 2025 recap. So thanks everybody for joining us. I'll get some links in the description if you want to check out more of these products, or if you're interested in the Horizon Studio Beta. So many different things. We'll pop them in the description or somewhere.
Make sure that you hit the notification bell,
Like
you
and
subscribe,
subscribe.
like, comment. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us, comment below. Thank you so much, everyone.
And
Woohoo.
keep pushing the pixels. Keep pushing the pixels.
And keep pushing the
You're going
pixels.
to be our mascot for that going forward.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, y'all.